Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Juvo Hub podcast. My name is Jonathan Saar, and this is your helping hand in property management education. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we introduce our guests. You can find this episode on all of your favorite podcast stations, so be sure to subscribe to us there. If you would prefer it in video format, it will also be available on YouTube. You can search for us on YouTube, Juvo Hub, Juvohub. If you haven't connected with us on social, connect with us on Instagram at Juvo Hub. So I'm very excited about this episode. It's my first time interviewing two sophomores from Morehouse College. And so I met both of these young gentlemen at an IREM event not too long ago. And it was like, I wanted to have them on my show. So I'm grateful to have them. So let me introduce them. First, we have Ivian Russell, who's a sophomore in business administration, business administration major with a concentration in finance, and he's from Phoenix, Arizona. And we also have with us Jamaal Busch, a sophomore, business finance major at Morehouse College as well, and he's from Houston, Texas. So, gentlemen, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. And I want to emphasize that to our audience because I've had university students on my show, college students on my show before, and they were postgraduate, so they had already graduated, so just coming out of their senior year and had already had a position lined up with a property management company. So from our industry's perspective, and I shared this with you when we were talking, we're always interested in how we can make people more aware of property management. What is the career like? And so to see you have your first little taste at the IREM event, which we'll talk about in a minute, was super special to me and to many people at that event. So let me start with you, Jamaal. How were you introduced to property management, the career itself? How did you get that introduction?
Ooh, well, I'll say it started probably in high school. I kind of got interested in real estate around that time, my senior year. So when I was a freshman in college, I had the opportunity to meet with Nuveen Real Estate, which is a commercial real estate firm out here in the U.S. And I went to one of their speaking events on campus, and they just kind of, told us about the world of property management and acquisitions and all that. And fortunately, that internship they were only offering to sophomores and above at the time. But I just kept going back and connecting with them, and they finally offered me a position as well as with seven other freshmen from Morehouse College and Spelman College as well. So during that internship experience, we just kind of got immersed in all areas of real estate, whether that was in office or housing or what else was there? Debt and all that. So they
Right.
really exposed us to a lot in commercial real estate, and that was like my first taste, really.
Excellent. Thank you for that. What about you, Ivian? How were you introduced to property management?
So I'd say that my story is definitely a little bit different from Jamal. So, in high school, I was interested in the computer science field. That's what I followed in my CTE course, my career technical education course. Throughout my 4 years of high school, I
Mhm.
wanted to go into software engineering, but when I got to my senior year, I kind of just realized that although it's such a great thing and while I'm good at it, it wasn't truly like the right thing for me. So at that point, I decided to switch it up. And when it came time to choose my major in college, I ended up going with business administration. And so from there, my freshman year, I didn't know anything about real estate. I thought real estate was just about selling houses to people. And so Jamal, he told me about the Naveen real estate informational that they were having on campus. And, at first I wasn't truly interested in it because, like I said, I thought it was just about selling houses, and that definitely wasn't something that I wanted to do. But, somewhere in the back of my head, I just said, you know what, we might as well just try to just go ahead with it, see where it leads. And so I ended up going into the informational for Naveen Real Estate. And I was just amazed, about like all the different things about real estate and all the different sectors about it that I didn't know at first. So from there, I was talking to one of the guys there, and he was telling me about what would be a great fit for me. And so I decided to apply for the summer internship as well with Jamaal. And I personally worked in the alternative sectors, and my manager was one of the guys at the informational who kind of helped open my head up to the world of real estate. And just from there, it's just been opening after opening, and I've just learned so much about it from that point. And it's like one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
That is so cool. That's awesome. Excellent. Excellent. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Um, so you were invited to an IREM event. So the Institute of Real Estate Management, our Georgia chapter, we had our annual economic forecast. How did you get connected with that event, and what was the experience like? Jamaal, let's start with you.
Okay, so it started with our internship this past summer. One of the guys who was mentoring us throughout the summer, holding events for all the interns to just get us a little more basic knowledge on commercial real estate, whose name was Kevin McMahon. So he was actually working with Jasmine. He knew her previously. And so when we got back to Jasmine Sylvester, yeah. But when we got back to school, he connected all of us together, and she told us about the IREM group, and we were like, "Huh, okay, this is an interesting event." Because we, after this summer, we're all immersed in real estate now. We started a club at school we're a part of, so we're full on with real estate. And then she invited us out to that first IREM event we went to, and just to be there was truly amazing. Meeting all the different industry professionals, it was a great event for us, and I was really excited to attend.
Very nice. Avian, what about you? What was your experience like?
So yeah, so at this IREM event, I kind of went into it a little bit nervous because I was like, there's going to be tons of different people, from all like different aspects of real estate. So it was like, okay, who am I going to meet? Who am I going to talk to? What should I tell them? All that sort of thing. And so when I first got there, when I got there, when we were getting into the two lines to do elevator talks, that immediately I was like, oh wow, they really want us to talk to everybody. So I mean, from there, I met some amazing people, that I'm still keeping in contact with to this day because, my goal is to, have, potentially shadow them and learn more about what they do. But it was such a great event. I felt like meeting all those different people just helped me, find the right connections so that, when I move forward through my own path in life in real estate, I can always just, go back to them. And if I ever need help or have any questions, they're the ones that I can reach out to. And it was a great experience. I'm very glad that we met Jasmine through Kevin McMahon, one of our other friends who was in the internship as well, his manager. So he just decided, to plug us all in with her. And, it was just such a great connection to make. She's really done a lot and really just making sure that we are all okay as we explore this world of real estate.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for mentioning Jasmine. I was talking to her after the IREM event, and her enthusiasm and her happiness that you were there and other students were there, it was hard to contain. Yeah, she's an amazing person. And you got to experience the power of Deborah Westfall, our director of the IREM chapter. Man, she is a networker. So that was a lot of fun having those elevator talks and getting to know each other better.
Yeah, I really thought that was a good idea having us all the students there. We felt really included with the conversations that were had there, and you guys did a really good job planning that event. I'm very impressed.
Yeah. Kudos to Deborah and the program committee and all the other committees. you'll learn more about that as you stay involved with IREM. There's lots of opportunities to help out, but that's a different topic. But that is what IREM is all about. Is we want people to understand all of the just different aspects of property management, and I'm glad you benefited from it. I've been with IREM since 2008, I think, and I never look back. Just an amazing group of professionals, and they've always been there for me. I do all I can to be there for them, and meeting the both of you too. Same deal. It's exciting to see young professionals coming to the table. So I was really happy to meet the both of you. So it was super, super awesome. So you walk away from an event like that. So you talked about your internship, and one of you mentioned you have a club going on right now. You come to this IREM event. How has all of this opened your eyes to opportunities that are available to you? Maybe Avian, can we start with you this time?
Yeah, so I believe that, this all of the internship, all this event, it just opened up my eyes to just different people that there are to talk to. One of the guys that, even though unfortunately he wasn't there, Mark Seals, that was a name that was being talked to me about a lot, as somebody who would be a great guy, to connect to, as he would be a great mentor. And also I ended up talking to Deborah about him, and so she was able to give me his information and all. And so from there I've been talking to Mark here and there, trying to potentially, shadow him at his workspace, just to learn more about
Mm-hmm.
the different opportunities there. But also, with this year right now, I'm also in another this spring internship right now. It's Project Destin. It's another real estate internship. So basically, in this internship, what I'm doing is I've been placed together with a group of people, other interns from the Georgia area, and we've all been designated a property to sell. And so there are three different parts to the internship. There's module 1, 2, and 3, and that is pitching different aspects of the building to mock investors. And then for the third one, it basically is everything combined that we're pitching to them as a final pitch, as to why they should buy this property. And through there, I've met some amazing people, some that are even from this my own school that I haven't even met before. And it's just opened up, my mind to just more opportunities. I learned definitely some more things about when it comes to pitching properties to people, all the different things that go into it. And also this upcoming summer, I'm going right back to Naveen real estate. I just felt like last summer was just such a great learning experience for me. The people there were very friendly. They were all inclusive. They wanted us to be involved in any and everything. So, it was kind of hard for me to say no to that. It just seems like the perfect spot for me. So I'm going to be going back there this summer.
Very cool. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Jamaal, what about you?
I like to piggyback off of what Ivy said. Like with the people there at the event, the mentorship was in the room. We just had to go out and seek it. We connected with many individuals that could help further our careers. And I felt that was important because, like I said, real estate is something I want to do long term. And I feel like the people in that room could help, get me to my goals of owning my own multifamily unit and getting Airbnbs and all that. So it was just a really great space to be in to further our careers. And that's what you want, especially at a young age. We're only sophomores in college. And to just have access to these people at such a young age will put us light years ahead of our competition. And that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, Bing, that's awesome. That is spot on. And I'm glad you both mentioned some key items there. Number one, yeah, Mark's great. Yeah, I'm glad you can connect with him. Uh, major help to many people. We're glad that he's in the Institute of Real Estate Management. And yeah, that's the idea. It's like we I remember being a young man, I had all kinds of different things that I wanted to do, but it helps when things are presented to you in a way to help structure where you want your genius. As Dr. Debbie Phillips uses the expression, I know you guys got to meet her. Where is your genius zone going to be taken? You find it, you get immersed in it, you find your mentors, and then the sky's the limit. So that's very, very, very cool. And kudos to you guys for taking advantage of your education opportunities. I love it. And I preface that with this question: what advice would you give to other students who are listening? Um, and, we've got parents who have young children that they want them to come into property management. What would be like a takeaway or a piece of advice you would share with those future students? Maybe Jamaal, you can start us off.
Okay, yeah, great. Really just start early. There's no age limit with whatever industry you go in. If you feel passionate about something, seek out that mentorship, seek out those opportunities to better further yourself along. I actually just had a talk with one of my new being real estate managers, and I was just telling her, really, I just feel grateful that I started early, in high school, building your resumes, getting connected with those individuals on LinkedIn, reaching out, going to different networking events and career fairs to see what you really like. And from there, you just meet the right people who could put you in places, whether it's career wise or personal, and that's what I just feel like was the main takeaway in my career journey so far. I started out early, build your resumes. That was an important thing to me. It's never too early to start a resume, take a resume building class. Just to, the resume is a reflection of yourself. So whenever you present yourself to somebody, they're going to see what all you accomplished and everything. So I would definitely do that. And what else would I say to do? Oh, man, that's all I have for right now. I might piggyback off of Ivy wherever
Yeah,
he
yeah,
goes,
no,
but
that's
yeah,
cool.
that's
Very, 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 very cool. Yeah, go ahead, Ivy. What do you think? What's your advice or thoughts?
So, I mean, first off, I just want to, piggyback off of kind of what Jamal's saying, like definitely it's never too early to start. One thing that my manager over the summer, his name is Donnie Berry, he was in the strategic transactions and acquisition sector for the alternative sector of Naveen real estate. One thing he told me is that his son is 9 years old, and even now he's starting to teach him like different things about real estate because he feels like as his father especially, it's kind of like a duty, to make sure your younger kids, have some more information, so that it can help build their future. So he wants he from there, that's where I just figured, yes, it's always great to start early. But what I would say is my piece of advice is don't be afraid to take that first step. I feel like one thing that I truly struggle with, throughout my life, I'd say is taking that first step and reaching out to people, because sometimes that I have my moments when that I have self-doubt, and it kind of like lowers my confidence,
Mhm.
and when it comes to certain aspects of things, I just go, instead of reaching out to the person, I just say, what, never mind, I can never do it. That's definitely hurt me in the past, with some different opportunities, but in the same aspect, it also led me to where I am right now as well. So, but I'm starting to get out of that mindset as well. So really, that's always the hardest part, is taking that first step and reaching out to people, because from there it can only go up, so always just make sure to have that confidence in yourself, is that you belong here, you can do this, don't let anybody tell you what you can do. You are your own man or woman, you can do it. It's all up to you.
Awesome. Amen to that, man.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
both of you
I want
guys.
to add on to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I want to add on to that. So, you are, yeah, I agree 100% with what Ivy said. Another thing I would say is don't be afraid to try different things. You're still young. You don't have to have your life figured out, to the fullest extent. So while you're young, it's the time to make those mistakes. Try, the different career paths you didn't think you would want to do, or build that business, whatever it may be. You still have, time to improve. And I think that's important, especially with this generation. We get so stuck on, I have to plan my life out from I graduate high school to when I'm 30 and I start having kids. Like, it's okay to not have it all figured out yet. You're still young, you're still learning. Just use these years to put yourselves in these spaces that could, help you further on in life, because you might find somebody that is in a completely different area and now you have an interest in it, or whatever it may be. So don't be so one-sided, or set like I'm doing this, this, and this. Be flexible.
Very nice. Yeah, excellent advice, both of you. That's it's education is a gift, and mentors are a gift. So it sounds to me like neither of you have taken those things for granted, but have embraced everything that's been it has been given to you as far as an opportunity, whether it's people, whether it's education, whether it's the internships. Excellent. Just that's the stuff that we all want to have and aspire to. Just good old fashioned hard work. It always will pay off. And both of you are on an amazing path. So thank you for that. So as we said in the outset, and both of you have mentioned a couple of times, you're sophomores. Still a couple years left overall, depending on what you decide to do to wrap up your education. So what's next? Now you've had this amazing experience, internship, the club that you have, the IREM, Jasmine and Mark and Dr. Debbie and you had met all these awesome people. I probably could go on for another hour with the ones that you met if I was to name them all at the IREM event. But what's next for you? What's on the horizon? Maybe Ivy, we can start with you this time.
Yeah, so I could say, so what's next for me is, well, first off, like we said, we're only sophomores in college. So my first goal right now is to graduate out of college, and to try my hardest to excel while doing it, because we can look past that, about like what we want to do after that, but we have to finish what's in front of us first before we can look at things that are behind it. So, I plan to, finish college. I honestly believe that after college, though, I'm going to just continue to see where this route of real estate takes me with Naveen Real Estate. I just feel like this gives me like the best opportunity that I could have asked for to be around such inclusive, positive people who are so dedicated to making sure the younger generation stays informed and knows everything, the ins and outs of real estate, because those people at Naveen Real Estate, they're really lovely people. My manager, Jamal's manager, my other friend Amari's manager, all of them, they really just like some pretty amazing people who had no problem helping us out when we were struggling during the summer. Whenever there was a problem that we had, all we had to do was just go to them for an answer, instead of trying to beat ourselves up about it and wonder, no, we can't do this with their help. They always are willing to help us. So I'm just going to continue my journey with them, because I just feel like if staying along with them just helps align me to my future career goals of doing my own thing in real estate, so having my own properties, my multifamily, commercial, residentials, doing my venturing out into my own thing. I just feels like this gives me the great opportunity to meet such amazing people, do something that I'm growing a highly uh highly big passion for, and just continue from there. And so I'm just going to take this one step at a time, and until I reach my end goal, and that's how I see it.
There you go. There you go. Well done, man. Well done. Thank you. Jamal, what about you?
Yeah, like Ivy said, just finish college. And like I said, I'm just right now I'm just trying to get into more mentorship. I have two younger siblings, So they always ask me, college life, how do we do this? How do we do that? So just being a shining light on their lives to help build them up in their career goals, I find that very fulfilling, especially since I never thought of myself as like a mentor type of person. Because I'm like, I'm only a couple of years older than y'all. Like, we're siblings. You're asking me for advice like I'm 10 years older, but I see the impact I've had on their lives, and they see what I'm doing. And so they just want to continue that legacy of, achieving the highest of your goals. So I definitely want to be a mentor to not only them, but my just people around campus, other younger kids, to show you that, it's out there for you. You don't have to come from a specific background or any of that. If you want to do something, just put your mind to it and go do it, you know. So I just do that. Yeah, graduate college. Like I said, Nuveen was a great place. I will be returning back this summer in the housing acquisitions team in Dallas, Texas. So I'll be doing that, and I look to maybe work for them when I graduate. The work culture there was great. The mentors, the people, they were just all amazing. They took care of us that summer, especially being so young as freshmen. They really guided and cultivated us, and I really appreciate that.
Awesome. Awesome. And that's the thing that I know our guests are really going to appreciate. Both of you shared a lot of very important statements on what was uh, what was a big help to you as you were aware of real estate, and then having an opportunity to be in an internship, and that whole experience. That's something that our audience needs to hear, because that's our goal. We want more young professionals like the two of you to know about real estate, to know about property management, to know what that culture is like, and to choose it as a career. So um, we're grateful for you sharing your experience and what that was like. And I know you've made an impact on my life. Just meeting the two of you at the IREM event was, I came home, I told my wife, I met these awesome young people. Man, they are just so stoked about their career, focused, ready to go. And it's energizing. It's super energizing for me. And I know it was for many that you met there. So thank you for um, shining a light in our lives as well. So all the best to the two of you, and I know our paths will cross again. And who knows? We'll get you back down the show. We'll do like, okay, where are they now? We'll catch up in a couple years and just see what's going on. But for our audience, I know they're going to want to connect with you on LinkedIn or other social platform, whatever you guys want. Jamaal, let's start with you. How can people connect with you?
Really, yeah, just LinkedIn. It's my name, Jamaal Busch. So that's a great place. I'd love to meet you, future, business partners, whoever it may be. Just reach out and I'll be happy to have, a conversation with you.
Perfect. Thank you. And Ivian, what about you, sir?
Yeah, yes, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I love just, connecting with new people, and hearing about new ideas, different things that I can be a part of myself. So, my LinkedIn is my name, Iviaughn, Ivion, and then my last name is Russell, Russell.
Excellent. We'll make sure that those are in the show notes so people can just click a link and head over to your LinkedIn profile. So thank you again, gentlemen, for being available for the show. This was an exciting opportunity for me, and I look forward to, like I said earlier, hope to have you back on in the future. I know our paths will cross. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our show. If you found this show of value, please share it with your network. We appreciate your support. If you're on your favorite podcast station, we would love for you to give us a review. Or if you're on YouTube, give us those thumbs up. If you have any topics that you would like to see on this show, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on LinkedIn, Jonathan Saar. Until next time, class dismissed. Thanks so much again, Jamaal and Ivian, for being on the show today.